So this person was raised by conservative family. So automatically corporate media was already spinning, oh, he must be a right winger because he was raised by conservatives. Okay. And then the story has evolved, and now they're saying that he was a Groyper. We will define what that is with ChatGPT. So if you don't have ChatGPT pulled up, please pull that up, because we're going to need to learn what that is specifically.
What?
Groyper.
Groyper?
Yes. What is a Groyper? And then after this, we will...
How do you spell that?
I think it's Groyper, maybe?
Or is it I?
I'm not sure. Just put that, and then I'm sure it'll fix itself. It's a weird name.
A Groyper is an internet meme and the symbol of a far-right white nationalist movement, often associated with online personalities like Nick Fuentes.
Okay. So
yeah.
The media is now saying also that this person who ended the life of Charlie Kirk was that a far-right, what was it again? A far-right...
Groyper.
I know, but what was it again?
A far-right white nationalist.
Okay, so like a white supremacist is
Basically.
what that is. All right, yeah. I'm not getting that vibe. And the only reason why you would come to that conclusion is because you don't want to even fathom it being a radical leftist. You don't want to go there. You want to believe, you as in those who believe this, like, very illogical theory, because you're assuming because he was raised by a conservative household that he must be a white supremacist, like, and it's like, why do you assume because he was raised by conservatives that he is conservative? Like, that doesn't like there's so many people that are raised conservative who end up being liberal. Like, that doesn't matter. And I think it's just so immature to not want to even think, oh, perhaps he could be a radical leftist. Like, they don't even want to have that type of conversation. And that's why I have a strong feeling it's not that, because that's what they're saying it is. And I'm not believing anything mainstream media says. If they're saying, oh, he's probably a Groyper, I'm going to be like, yeah, he probably isn't. He probably is not that. I'm going to go with radical left, and let's see who's right. And I'm not trying to be right, because it shouldn't have never happened. But we're here now. So let's watch this.
I do want to start with some of the many unanswered questions about the investigation. You told the Wall Street Journal that it is, quote, very clear to us and to the investigators that this was a person who was deeply indoctrinated with leftist ideology. Can you elaborate on that and be more specific?
Well, sure. So that information comes from the people around him, from his family members and friends. That's how we got that information. Again, there's so much more that we're learning, and so much more that we will learn. There will be official charges will be filed on Tuesday, and there will be much more evidence and information available then. And again, we're interviewing all kinds of people, everyone that knows him, and trying to learn more about what that motive actually was.
Well, some outlets are reporting that the suspect lived with a transgender partner. Is that accurate? And are investigators looking at this part of his life as a possible motivation?
Yes, definitely. And yes, I can confirm that. I know that has been reported, and that the FBI has confirmed that as well, that the roommate was a romantic partner, a male transitioning to female. I can say that he has been very cooperative. This partner has been incredibly cooperative, had no idea that this was happening, and is working with investigators right now.
And how is that relevant to the investigation when it comes to the motive? Are you learning that?
Sure. Well, yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out right now. Again, it's easy to draw conclusions from that, and so we've got the shell casings, other forensic evidence that is coming in, and trying to piece all of those things together.
You said that the roommate is being very helpful. Has that individual explained to law enforcement what the mindset of the shooter was and whether or not it is connected to his ideology or his situation as transitioning, as you just described?
I'm not sure about that piece right now, Dana.
Okay, so we're not sure if the fact that he was romantically involved, as you say, with his partner who was transitioning is relevant to the motive of the murder based on the investigation.
Well, sure. Again, all of these things we're trying to figure it out. I know everybody wants to know exactly why and point the finger, and I totally get that. I do too. And so I just want to be careful, as I haven't read all of the interview transcripts, and so we'll have to wait and see what comes out.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. We should all be careful. I guess just because that's out there are a lot of people drawing conclusions, and so I'm just trying to get as many facts as we can glean from you, since you have been involved in the investigation. And on that, the social and gaming platform Discord released a statement saying its servers were in no way involved in Tyler Robinson's alleged plot to assassinate Charlie Kirk, but it did say there were, quote, communications between the suspect's roommate and a friend after the shooting, where the roommate was recounting the contents of a note the suspect had left elsewhere. Can you tell us about that note that the shooter left?
So I can't yet. Again, those are things that are still being processed for accuracy and verification, and will be included in charging documents.
Okay, so but the note was found, or the content of the note is known by law enforcement?
Again, I can't share any specifics. They're looking at everything right now.
Understood. I just want to go back to my first question about what you told the Wall Street Journal about that this is a person indoctrinated with leftist ideology. And the reason why I think it would be great to be more specific is because your goal of trying to lower the temperature, you said that this is based on investigation and interviews with people who knew him. Did they just use the term leftist ideology, or did they give specifics?
Yeah, there are conversations that were discussed specifically about Charlie Kirk, other conversations about the direction that this was going. And look, my job is just to tell people I really don't have a dog in this fight. If this was MAGA and a radicalized MAGA person, I would be saying that as well. If the friends were saying that, I would be sharing that as well. That's not what they're sharing. And so I do think it is important, again, to understand how someone gets radicalized like this. And in this case, it happened. As much as people wish it wasn't or don't want it to be this, these are the facts that are being presented to us. If there are additional facts that would point otherwise, but family discussions, parents, this is what they're saying, and these things happen. And so it's okay to have these discussions.
Yep. It's okay to realize that perhaps the person who decided to end Charlie Kirk's life and attack our free speech by doing that happens to just be a radical leftist. And they don't want to come to that conclusion. That's why she asked him twice. How do you know? Are you sure he's a radical leftist? Because he can't be. It's impossible for him to be a radical leftist and have done such a horrific action. Completely impossible. He has to be a white supremacist. That makes perfect sense. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. The fact that she asked twice, I'm telling you right now, it's not a Groyper.